I say, yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy YFan Frosty, aka Young Frosty, and I'm back again with another banger. Today I'll be showcasing my top 3 builds for the new Madara DLC and Shinobi Strikers. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video. Roll my intro.
Snitching on my facts. Back it up, back it up. 223 gon' make a nigga back it up. 21. Try to strip a nigga, gotta change my outfit. Nigga ain't black enough. Yeah. Boulder Crest Road, Glenwood Road, neighbor.
So before we even get into this first build, I want to say a huge shout out to Push X to start, because without him, I wouldn't even think about putting this build together. So I want to say shout out to you, and I appreciate the build. So now for the build, this is a combat healer / survival exercise healer. So don't expect you to be healing the whole team with this build. You still can, but I highly recommend you to use this for yourself. So it's like a selfish healer build. The weapon that we will be using is Madara's staff. You can get this by unlocking 3 golden stars with the Madara 6-pass VR master. Moving on to our ninja tool, we will be using healing seal type 2. This is going to allow you to heal yourself. Now moving on to the ninjutsu. For ninjutsu number 1, we're going to be using Thunder Blast, or Sage Art Shadow Style Thunder Blast, which is the full name. And you can also get this from the Madara DLC by unlocking 2 silver stars. I'm telling you guys right now, this ninjutsu is actually crazy. You're able to stun your enemies and even take them out of certain moves such as Susanoo Armor and even Demon Hunter. I'm telling you, this is gonna make or break your build for sure. Moving on to ninjutsu number 2, we will be using Tsukunomi, which you can obtain from getting it from the reanimated Itachi DLC. This is basically gonna allow you to basically stun your enemy. They're gonna be putting a genjutsu and basically allows you to do multiple combos to them while they're still asleep. Now moving on to our substitution, we will be using Emergency Exit, which you can get from the Kawaki DLC. This is a very good substitution to use because it heals you over time for a short period. Now moving on to our secret technique, we will be using Gentle Step Twin Lion Fist from the Hinata VR Master. I'm telling you, this ultimate is very broken and it's going to get people very mad because the amount of times you get in the game is ridiculous. Moving on to our clothes, we're going to be using Madara's outfit young version, which you can get from 1010 shop right now, so I highly recommend you guys to go and check that out. For the skills, we're going to be using Power and Spade, Armed and Dangerous, and for the accessory, we're going to be using Ventral Fury from Kawaki's Piercings accessory. So now that you guys know that, why are we wasting time here? Let's go crazy in the pit. Let's get it. Let's go.
Satisfying end.
Alright, so now moving on to build number 2. This build is going to be good in team game mode, but you can really use it whenever you want. So basically for the weapon, we're going to be using Madara's staff. Like I said before, all you have to do is get this by unlocking 3 gold stars with Madara's DLC VR Master. Now moving on to ninjutsu number 1, we're going to be using the Limbo Border Jail again, because if you guys don't know, if you're a healer and you play combat battle, I'm telling you, you're the main target. So to get everybody off you, I really highly recommend you guys to use this, or just get them off you and they'll be scared. Simple as that. Now moving on to ninjutsu number 2, we will be using cellular extraction jutsu, which you can get from having Kid Sakura or Teen Sakura as a VR master. So basically with this, is all you're gonna do is heal everybody in your area, and it's gonna give them a good chunk of health back. Now moving on to our substitution, we will be using emergency exit, which you can get from the Kawaki DLC, which will heal you over time for a short period. Now for the ultimate, we will be using infinite Tsukuyomi. You guys already know how crazy this is. To unlock this, you need to get 5 silver stars with Madara's VR Master, so make sure you get that. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a good move to use in combat, because it's going to literally stop all of the opponents, and it's going to give your team lots of opportunities to combo up and basically pack everybody up and send them to the Shadow Realm. Simple as that. Again, for the clothing, we will be using Madara's clothing. So now that we know that, we can get right into this gameplay and go crazy. Let's go. And finally, with the final build for this video, this is going to be our flag/base battle build. So for the weapon, we're going to be using Madara's staff. Now moving on to a ninjutsu, we're going to be using Healing Steel type 2. Now for the ninjutsus, this is where it gets different. We're going to be using the purple lightning ninjutsu, which you can get from Madara by having 2 silver stars. Basically with this ninjutsu, it's a stun ninjutsu that's going to stun your opponents for a pretty long time, and it takes them out of most super armor moves such as Susanoo armor and Demon Hunter. Moving on to ninjutsu number 2, we will be using Green Rain Ground Hold. You can get this from Sadara as a VR master, and basically what this does, you're going to throw a circle that's the same size as a normal base, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to leave a barrier around there, so any of your teammates or you including can go inside there and basically just heal as long as it's up. And I'm not going to lie, this lasts a pretty good amount of time. Moving on to our substitution, we will be using Emergency Exit, which you can get from the Kawaki DLC. And now for our secret technique or our ultimate, we will be using Vapor Style Solid Frog Jutsu. You can get this from the Mizukage, and basically what this does is gonna put out a smoke in the area, and it has a wide range of area, and if anyone's in it, they're basically going to take damage over time, and if they can't escape, then you already know it's a KO GG's. For our clothing, we will be using Madara's outfit, so now that you know that, we can go right into the gameplay and go crazy. Let's get it. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully these builds can help you guys figure out what type of build you want to build around Madara's DLC. Let me know down below what your opinion is on this new DLC. Me personally, I like it a lot. It's a good 8.5. It's pushing 9. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very good DLC. Highly recommend you guys to test it out. We're on the road to 1K, so if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Without further ado, outro please.
Okay, bye.